we are on to the cover. I know, it's been a journey. I remember right at the beginning when we did these. So what I want to make is a wraparound cover for this little book. So I've got a piece of fabric. I just decided it was going to be wraparound. I was just going to do that. And then I thought, oh, we could just do that. So what you want is a piece of fabric that is slightly longer than your book. So your book's like that. You want enough to sort of fold it over. So just sort of do the test. That's the test, like that. If it wraps around like that, then you've got a wraparound. Easy peasy. So I'm just going to cut mine. Obviously, I've got to turn it round because I can't cut that way. Now, I would normally just grab out my, what do you call it? You know, rotary cuttery thing. But, you know, that means I'm going to have to get my mat out. And, yeah, it's all a big, you know, it's all a bit of a faff. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this up like this. Just to get the size of my journal. It might not even be straight, so don't go too much on getting a straight one, because if you're anything like me, your journal will have like different size pages and stuff. So we'll just chop that off. So that bit is going to go down and this bit is going to go down. Okay, so we're going to have it like that. And then this is going to be attached to there and we'll wrap around the whole thing. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is sort of see where this line ends, because you're going to have to do some covering on that. Now I've got a little tiny bit of extra there, which I may cut off or I may not. We will see how it goes. I need to make a mark about where that has got to. So I think I do have something. Do I have it in here? Yes, there it is. I have these funny little pens. I don't know if they are supposed to be with embroidery, but they came with like a little pack. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of room this side. The cotton's getting tangled up already. And I'm just going to do a little line down there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have to cover that. So we can put the book away for a minute. Ooh, like you say, really squishy. So what we're going to start doing is just decorating and laying our scraps down. Put that one on top. Maybe like that. I might even just glue mine down once I get them. Oh, where's that gone? Once I get them in the right place. Okay, so just wherever you want to put them. And don't worry about going over the edges. We can just trim them off after. Just get your pieces down. I might put that on the top. And I know I've got loads of this, but it's sitting there, not being used. So it's going to be used. And it's just going to be a background. So no fretting. I think I might need some more big pieces. Let's see. Let's see. Let's put some sort of upright. Let's do a big piece, because I think it's getting a bit bitty, and I don't want lots of little bits yet. Later on, we'll be adding some more. But this is just the first bit. And I think it's getting too fussy. So we're just going to put this on. And I think that'll do me. Oh, I've got a gap. I'm going to put that on. like that. Okay. And we've got this side we've got to do. So that's all down. So where are we? That's it, isn't it? This bit. So what's going to happen is when you stitch on one side, you're going to automatically stitch the other side. Maybe the other bit of this. Maybe it'll flow quite nicely. And I'm going to go a little bit over. So let's just chop that bit. Glad I found this one. I don't know why I didn't use it in the first place. And I'm just going to use a straight stitch and put all this down. Lovely frayed edges. Yeah. Cheap glue stick. And I'm just going slightly over my line so that when we sew the book on, we're not going to get a little gap. Okay. One more little piece of something. What's this one? Got a little bit of this. If I rip it, which way is it going to rip? It's not going to rip. Let's just chop that off and see. Okay, that will go under there. Just have fun piecing it all together, guys. This is like quite a fun process. And I've got a little bit here that I can put on in that gap. And then we've got some stitching to do. And we're going to leave all the little bits because we may add them. I'm definitely going to put my little things on. Okay. So what we do have to remember to do is put our wrap on. So we will be making a hole, and I've found this, which is just like an edge, a seam edge, which I think I'm going to use, or I might use some ribbon. I'm not sure yet. We will wait and see. Okay, so all I've got is some ordinary white cotton from my sewing machine, just sewing cotton. And I think what we'll do is just move some of these bits out of the way. And we're going to start, we're going to start here. And I may leave the edges because I may do blanket stitch around the edge. So at the moment, I'm just going to hold all these down and I'm just going to do a running straight stitch, which you probably can't see because I've now started on the white, which is probably not a good plan. But I am just going to slow stitch all the way down. Now, you can add all your bits if you want to. Okay, so if you want to add sort of, you know, a few trims like these, maybe we should put these on now. We're upside down because then we can sew them all on at the same time. Good thinking, Carol. Like this. Hide this sort of mess here. I think that would look lovely there. Yeah, change my mind. I'm allowed. You're allowed to change your mind. If you just start doing something and then you change your mind, that's absolutely fine. No stitching police on my channel. There we go. I think that looks nice there. I've got a bit of lace. I may put that on. And then all we got to think about is what's going to be our focal point. I know. I'm just using up scraps. Now that is not going to stay on. It doesn't matter how much glue I'm going to put on there. But we'll just do some stitching now to get going. In fact, I may do a little bit with you and then I'm going to go off, because this is just, you know, just stitching, just straight stitching up and down. So I'll just do a couple of rows and then I'll quickly finish it off and we'll come back and do the interesting bit while I have a think about what focal point I want to put on the front. Okay, how are we doing? I can't tell where we are. Where's the end? Let me poke that through. Oh, I'm back. And you know, we're not going to worry about knots or where we are. We're just going to go across. Maybe that far. And come back down. In fact, we'll just turn our book round because it's easier. And back down. If you want to, if you're a bit wonky, don't worry. As long as it's holding the fabric down. Embrace the wonkiness. If you haven't seen, I have already changed the name of our Sally storybook, and I've called it Wonky Stitchers Community. And I thought, because we are like a little community of, you know, wonky stitchers. We're not perfect. We may be beginners. But we're allowed to stitch. And it doesn't matter if the backs have knotted or a mess. The messier the better, I say. This may be this book, or it is definitely some of my Just Because books. They're definitely a bit messy. So I'm just going to do this. I'll show you a close-up. And I'm going to go up and down all the way along my book. And then I'll come back and we will add the bits that we need to add. Like this. This will then fold over like that, or like this, but I'm thinking I want to put something on the cover, so it will probably be that way. And then I'll put a little tie and we'll close it up. So next step is to decorate my cover. Oh, so excited. And I love how this is like this, because you've added to both sides so that you've still got something there, and it makes it a bit more firm as well. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put Sally's storybook on the front. And I was looking for a big needle so I could actually stitch it. So, and I found this, which is quite large, and I'm hoping I can get this wool through it, because if I don't, I'm going to have to couch it on. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be pretty. It may not be. And I may have to cut storybook into half. But what I think I should do is sort of plan where I'm going to put my writing. Right, so I'll just grab a pencil. And I might put Sally at the top, like here. A big S. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to do it too big, too dark. I'm writing story now. I want to write Sally. Sal, that's too big. Right, so I need to make that smaller. Okay, let's do the S and see where we are. This will be interesting, won't it? Oh, let's have a go. Okay, we'll start sort of at the bottom, maybe. And judge. I don't mind doing a big S. I can make the rest of the letters small. Oh, come on, you're going to be tough, aren't you? So, let's have a go. I'm just going to do sort of a straight stitch, and then I'm going to come back and sort of twist through it, I think. That's in my head. I'm doing my S upside down, so it's you know, the brain doesn't actually work backwards. We are getting there. I'm going to come up there, see if it looks anything like an S. I think maybe it might. Let's do just a little one here. Trying to keep in frame for you. And then we'll just turn over and sort of, if I come down a bit like that, I'm hoping that's going to be a sort of S shape. This is a variegated wool, so I'm thinking it might be quite pretty. And I have got blue on here. Now there's an S. That is pretty cool. So I'm now going to stretch my cotton, my wool, all the way down here. And I'm not worried because it's going to be backed onto my, what do you call it? You know, book page. Oh, I'm doing so well today, guys. I have made another video this morning for my other channel, and I forgot all the words. Couldn't remember the words for anything. So, but I wanted to finish this because I'm planning to do a sort of little bites of stitching instead of big long videos, because I'm just finding I haven't got time at the moment to do anything. It's the summer, I guess that's what it is. We're out doing things. And I come back and I'm like, haven't got a video for tomorrow. Panic. So I thought, better get this one done, otherwise you won't have this one either. But I am trying to get more organised. Okay, we're just going to come down. I'm going to do joined up. In fact, this could just be the L. No. It needs to come down and then go up. Oops. But what I can do, I think, is do my little tail bit and then go back up there. Definitely wonky. You won't see this kind of stitching anywhere else. This is all my made up stitching. And that's my L. And then I'm going to do another one. Huh? It's a good job I know what it says. Right, let's turn this round, make it easy for myself, eh? And come down. Oh, that worked. Turn it round again. There's a lot of turning. And it's quite difficult to get through because it's quite thick. I don't want you to pucker up. Don't pucker. Do not pucker. It's puckering. Stop. You can stop that right now. It's because I stretched it. I know what it is. It doesn't like it. Should have just done the letters separately, I think. There we go. Okay. And I come up here. This is going to be right on the edge. I'm never going to get storybook in. Not with my great big stitches. But I'll show you what I mean, what I want to do. hopefully it'll work. La la la. So, how are you all? I have been trying to get my garden under some sort of organisation. It's just died. So I'm basically just weeding at the moment. Weeding, and I want to plant some stuff for next year. So I'm sort of looking at gardening magazines and online to see what I'm supposed to be planting now. And I haven't decided. Yet. But yeah, I do quite like my garden, but then I just like being outside. I don't care what I'm doing. I just like being outside in the summer, even if it's just pottering. And I'm sure that everybody's the same. You know, we get a bit of sunshine here in the UK, and we're all outside. It's like, yay, the sun's out, quick, before it goes back in again. Right. So that looks just like a Sally, doesn't it? So what we need now is another colour to sort of weave in and out. I do have this tapestry wool, which might work. We're going to give it a go, because I know it'll work in the... I'm going to cut that off. You know me, I don't try it first. I just come on, try it with you. It's all about just playing. Have a bit of fun. This whole storybook has been so much fun. And I'm sure we're going to do another one for all of you who are sad that it's finished. Maybe we'll come back in the autumn if people want another one. And she can do like Christmas or something. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? We could do all sorts of Christmassy things. Well, she could. You know what I mean when I say we. Okay, so we're going to start here. She says, pull. There we go. And I'm going to go through there. I will zoom in when I edit so that you can see this. And I'm going to go the same way. I'm going to go from the outside and in, like this. That's a tight stitch. I can't get my needle through. And hope that this then fills in the gaps and makes it look like a S for Sally. Now I'm going to have to go down and back up, which I shouldn't have to do again. So, oh, there we go. How are we doing? That's not bad, is it? Quite like that. And I'm going to come back up at the start of this one. Not so close this time, because I think I have to go through all the wool. Right, from the outside, you can go the other way. You can go sort of backwards and forwards and loop it. But I quite like to remember what I'm doing. There we go. And it's this one here, the A. It'll be interesting when I get up here, because I'm not quite sure where I've got to go. I think what I shall do, change hands. I can do this left-handed, and I'm going to go through there to close the top. And then I'm just going to... This is not how you do it, by the way. This is my way of doing it, okay? So don't sort of rush to copy me or anything. Because I just do it my way. If you like it, you can use it. I don't mind. Let's sort of how you're supposed to do whip stitch, but right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down again because I don't want to loop it the wrong way. I'm going to come back up at the top again. And I'm going to carry on going the same way until we've done all of Sally's name. Now, I'm slightly concerned that I'm not going to fit storybook on at all. I could only fit Sally. I couldn't fit Sally's. So I may have to have a little think. I've gone round the wrong one. I don't want to go through that yet. Come back. I need to go down and then up over there. Oh. Don't you knot up. Don't pucker up. There's times to pucker up and there's times not to. Okay. So what I can do now is come straight back down, because this is my Y. Like that. And I'm going to go up the side. We're going to have to think of something else. Maybe we'll just do a picture of a book. Maybe we can draw a book or something. That might work. So it's a pictorial storybook instead of the actual word storybook. That might work. So I think what I'll do is I'll come up here. Yeah, I'll come up there. Excuse me. I'm going to come up there and try and go that side of the wall. Like that. Like that. Come on, come through. Don't pull. Yeah, I think it's getting a bit too screwed up. You know, it's handmade, it's hand stitched. These things are going to happen. No worrying about it. Just go with the flow. Oops. Yeah. And we'll go back down and finish it off. I didn't want it too dark because that doesn't go with the whole pale and flowery. So how are we going to make a book? Okay. Ooh. Look, I've got these that I've made for something else. These could be pages. Honestly, just found these. Oh, I could do little mini versions of some of the books, some of the pages in here, couldn't I? And then we could just stitch it down. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's too many. I'm going to be there all day. Right, so Sally's storybook. And then what I'll do is I'll stitch it down the middle and stitch it on. And I've got to put a cover on it. Is this big enough? No. Okay, we've got to find that. Oh my goodness, that is such a cool idea. I love it. But I've made myself loads more work. So the question is, do you want to see me do this? And recreate some of these, but tiny? Please say no. Or can you think of another way that we can do it? I just now love this idea. Oh. And I definitely need some fabric for the cover. Let's have a look what I've got left. Obviously, I can't use the Sally fabric because that just look weird. Oh, I've got these. Let's just get out a couple to have a look at. Oh, that's too dark. You see, I don't want to go too dark. Oh, a flowery one. I'm not copying the front cover. Don't even think about it. Right, I've got that. Let's make a choice out of those. I'm not getting out any more. Not purple. Right. So, which one would look nice? That's very thin. But very pretty. Okay, quite like that one. Oh, the decisions. Right, so one. I think this is a bit bright. 2, possibly, if I've got the butterflies right way up. Oh, now that's quite nice. It sort of gets a bit of the green in. 1, 2, 3. Is this going to be a contender as well? This is a completely different pink. I think we'll have 3 choices. Right. Opinions, please. 1, 2, and 3 for the cover of the little book, for the front of Sally's storybook. I look forward to reading your comments. I might put a poll up on the community post as well, just to see if we've got somebody who hasn't watched the video but sees the post. What do you think? I'm sort of kind of excited. So scrumptious. I love fabric when you stitch it all together like this. So let me know in the comments, 1, 2 or 3, and I'll also put a poll up. So anybody who misses it can have a go. Oh, make some little books. Oh, little mini books. Yay! Bye, guys.